Bones bearings, they're a staple of skateboarding. Everyone's tried Bones Reds, right? They're my first skateboarding bearing and they're actually pretty good, really well priced. So I thought, hey, these big balls actually look pretty good. They're not too much more expensive than your Bones Reds. They're meant to be rated a bit better, but a bit of the drama, eh? A little bit of feedback online sort of back that theory as well. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're going well wherever you are today. And well, today, running over my little bit of a review and wear tested Bones big balls that I've been skating for probably 2 months, almost going on 3 months now. Let's talk a little bit about the bearing first. There are 6 bearings instead of your traditional 8 inside the casing. Bones say the bigger balls help you roll faster and also roll through the dirt more because like the bigger bearing doesn't let the small dirt interrupt and sort of like a chalky for the bearings. I don't know how well this actually worked. The bearings did actually skate really well, probably for the first month. They were nice and fast, they stayed clean, but I did start skating these with the bearing covers on. I took them off after probably cleaning the bearings after probably, I probably cleaned the bearings after a month and a half, so probably 5 to 6 weeks I gave them a clean. Bones also say the 6 bigger bearings is meant to give you a better life and greater strength of the bearing, and that's sort of where, I don't know, I find the downfall of the bearing, because personally for me, after that, like going on 8, 9, probably 10 weeks, sort of like pitching numbers there, it's actually between 10 and 11 weeks now, I've blown out 2 skateboarding bearings, or 2 bearings where the bearings are just like left the casing and yeeted it off. And as you may have seen in one of my recent shorts, that the wheel fell off halfway through a trick. So I put a little bit of like what I've actually like experienced online about like the bearings blowing out recently, and a lot of you guys who have like seen this either on like Facebook, Reddit, YouTube and stuff like that kind of agree that like the life of this bearing isn't that great, which is kind of surprising, I guess, because this is meant to be a better product than Bones Reds, but yet feedback overwhelming online is that they're actually not that good of a product. Like I mentioned, I've blown out 2 of my bearings in the last 2 weeks. And if you watch any of my skating and stuff like that, I don't really skate ham. I don't go crazy. Most of it's just like skating ledges, and some transition and stuff like that, which personally it's a little bit disappointing that they are like that, but I guess it is what it is. They are still a price point bearing, so you can't expect too much. And also to note is that I've actually never damaged any bearing before like this previously. I've skated different brands. I've skated the Bones Reds, I've skated Bronson G3s, Annadale, the Pro Model Annadales, Sunday, just to name a few. So I've skated a few different type of bearings. Sometimes I do have the skateboard, like the bearing spaces in there, and sometimes not. I don't know, this might have been, I've never skated Richter's. I don't really want to blame the wheel for this, but I don't really think I can blame Richter's for this. It wouldn't be really the casing of the wheel causing this. It'll be like just the quality of the product, because a lot of you guys out there too have sort of experienced this as well. People speak of bearings lasting like 6 to 12 months. Personally for me, I probably change my bearings every 3 months. I normally clean them that 1 to 2 times during that period as well, but that's just generally what I like to get out of my bearing. I could probably push them a little bit longer, but bearings like, say like these bearings here, they just like, I couldn't push them any further because they just like ended up breaking, and like I said, never happened before. But they did actually skate really well, especially in that first month. For me personally, I reckon they probably skated better than the Bones Reds. Like you'd expect that for being that little bit better, but as time went on, they did deteriorate, they did explode, where my Bones Reds are actually still skatable now. They're in a set of wheels that are floating around somewhere that I skate sometimes, and the Bones big balls have exploded. I'm gotta get, at the moment, I'm skating mismatched bearings. I've got Annadales and some of them just to do a bit of a repair job until I get around to changing and buying new bearings, because just a little bit lazy like that, and I don't know which bearings I want to skate next, to be honest. So maybe if you have a suggestion, make sure to leave that down in the comments below. And like I mentioned, if anyone's going to say it, yeah, I skate bearing spaces here and there. Sometimes I try it, sometimes I don't. I don't know if I may have heard on the grapevine in the past, like Richter's have core problems for their bearings and stuff like that. I don't know if that's true. I'll find that out in the next set of bearings that I skate. But these Bones big balls have only been in the Richter's, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, if you guys made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Leave a comment down below of your thoughts of Bones big balls and stuff like that. Have you skated them? Have you had any issues like me? Like I mentioned, people on Facebook, Reddit, YouTube have all sort of agreed and stuff like that. A lot of you guys are suggesting Bronsons. Maybe I'll hunt down some Bronson Raws because I did get like the Bronson G3s, and honestly I didn't really notice at that time of skating that they were any better than like Bones Reds, and they'll double the price as Bone Reds. So that's sort of like, it's a bit of a hit to the wallet. So I've been trying some of the other different brands like the Australian brand Sunday, Annadale. I might try Modus next, I don't know. Like I said, leave your suggestions down in the comments below. And until then, keep killing it, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in another video soon. Peace.